IPOB has come out to say that if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu does not release Nnamdi Kanu by the end of 2024, they are going to place Yoruba people, Fulani people, and Britain on the same page. This is a warning to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, by IPOB, Nigeria Regional Coordinator. That is to say, the President has the powers as a president from Yoruba extraction from the southwest. He has the powers to release Nnamdi Kanu, and if he does not do so, that means the Yorubas are having to join the Fulani and Britain on the same page as the Igbos see them. Well, I would disagree with that, because I don't see President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as someone that represents Yorubas. He represents Yoruba Runu. If you can say that you are going to put the Yoruba Runu on the same page with the Fulani and Britain, then it is fair to say so, because Tinubu himself does not represent an Omoluabi. There's nothing about him you can tell me, or you can tell any other well-meaning Yoruba person, that Tinubu represents as an Omoluabi. I've said it over and over again that I grew up in Lagos. I understand the ethics of the Omoluabi. It is not these Yoruba Runus and Yoruba conservatives that are running up and down. And again, the president has the powers to release Nnamdi Kanu, but for politics or for whatever reason, he does not want to release him. That is best known to him. Sometimes in my broadcast, I had said that the president is using Nnamdi Kanu as a negotiating tool to hold down the North. If the North wants to run mad today, tomorrow, he has a Sunday Igboho on standby. He has Nnamdi Kanu. If the North thinks that they can disturb his government with whatever threats, one-term president, with vandalization of electric lines and whatever, having new terrorist group, it remains in the North. If they are going to threaten his presidency come 2023 and they want to scatter everything, he has Nnamdi Kanu and also Sunday Igboho to scatter the whole thing. So that is my personal reason, what I see, the reason why Tinubu does not want to get this man out of the DSS custody. It is very easy. Ask the Attorney General of the Federation to withdraw the case against Nnamdi Kanu, and the guy will be left off the hook. That is not something that is too much to ask from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but he will not do so. So the IPOB is coming out. The IPOB, I think the DOS, is coming out to say that if the president does not release Nnamdi Kanu, that means he is becoming an enemy to the Igbos. No, it is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Yoruba Runus and some so-called conservatives. They are the ones running mad of recent on social media, wherever they are the ones running mad. They are the ones that are the enemies of Igbos. I was surprised when the wife of former governor of Ondo State, is late now, Akeredolu, Betty Akeredolu, called Nigeria a zoo country, and see what the Yoruba Runu and conservatives were saying about her. I want to understand. She said, because the elections in Edo is getting out of hand. See the templates, the example, the kind of legacy the APC is leaving when it comes to elections is very bad. These are elections that it is rigged. They will rig it before it starts. When APC started with Muhammadu Buhari, that is when they destroyed INEC. So it is as easy as predicting who is going to win an election before the election date. So in Ondo State, it is clear. Mahmoud Yakubu has told us that elections are going to be concluded earlier. They have perfected all the machinery of how they are going to deliver the election to the APC. So she's angry that her camp, she's not supporting the current governor. Yes, she's not supporting the current APC governor. So she came out to say that all these things happening, these election things people are doing, no wonder Nigeria is a zoo country. See, if people exalt criminality, then people can just do anyhow. That is what the APC government has promoted and promulgated amongst the people. And you see what the Yoruba Runus were saying. All sort of abuse on this woman because she's an Igbo woman. They are saying that Akeredolu made a mistake of getting married to an Igbo woman, that she killed her husband, that she's trying to take control, whatever, that she wants to exert her dominance and Omo Igbo dominance in Ondo State and what have you. The reasons why they have Igbos working in a government secretariat in Ondo State, it is because of her, and she's a tainted blood, what have you. And they were even threatening her children that if her children come tomorrow and say they want to contest for any position, that they will be rejected. So I'm even wanting to ask these questions to these Yoruba Runu because they are becoming a problem. One of the Yorubas called these Yoruba Runu terrorists, and I can also call them terrorists. If you are going to Runu well. Yes, Runu well. You see, you cannot exist if you are being conservatives. If you are being a conservative, you should not be angry if somebody is calling Nigeria a zoo, because I believe conservatism is moving towards regionalism or breaking away of Nigeria. If you are saying that Lagos jobs for Lagosians, this for this, Igbos renaming streets, non-Yorubas will be sent out of, that is the Yoruba Runu and conservative mindset. Non-Yorubas will be sent out of Lagos and go to your region. Then if that happens, you are technically dividing Nigeria. And if that is your plan, then you should not be angry that somebody is calling Nigeria a zoo. Because Nigeria is working, you see, when we talk about Southwest, it is Lagos, 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 Lagos. Nobody brags about Ekiti or Osun State, even Ogun State. Nobody brags about it. It's only Lagos. And because of the fact that so much investment have been put in Lagos, then they want to just take it. Just like I don't use this example, but let's leave it. So because the federal government has put so much investment in Lagos, many people from all over Nigeria come into Lagos, make the place a viable place. Lagos has IGR, and the IGR they get from investment of other people in Lagos. And somehow they use politics to take over businesses. They follow through the back door, long-term bigotry by the Tinubu government and everything. They take over institutions, they take over businesses, they take over houses, they take over everything, and they want to physically assault the people. Then you are calling for division of Nigeria. And if you don't think Nigeria is working, why are you angry that she's calling Nigeria a zoo country? See, most of these guys, the way they reason and the way they think, you think that the Yoruba Runus or conservatives, they think that with these actions that they are taking, nobody is going to forget anything. It is going to be a new dawn. It's going to be them against other Nigerians. It is going to be Yoruba Runu against other Nigerians. Nobody wants to align with a Yoruba Runu or Yoruba conservative. You see, when push comes to shove, when time reach, no Yoruba Runu should come out and say we are one. We are doing what we are doing then because we felt we had to protect our heritage, protect our this, protect our that. My brother, my sister, you are deceiving yourself. So if Tinubu does not release Nnamdi Kanu, it is the Yoruba Runu and Yoruba conservative and those that are fueling bigotry in Nigeria today from the Southwest. They are the ones that are enemies to the Igbos, not well-meaning Yorubas or Moluabi Yorubas. You don't generalize every one of them. We have very, very good. When you look at people that have been attacking Tinubu's government of recent, one of the guys that released that CIA document is a Yoruba guy. One of the guys that released the CIA document is a Yoruba guy. Most of the guys that are pushed for the end bad governance protest were Yorubas. Even though some of them are playing the script, but some genuinely came out for the protest. So you don't model every one of them together. In fact, if you have an Oduduwa nation today, Tinubu will have the back seat as an elder statesman, is not a favorite to run the Oduduwa nation. So he does not count. It's just that this is an opportunity for the Southwesterners to be in power, and the president surrounds himself with the Yoruba Ronu, Lagos boys, and conservatives to start pushing all sort of agenda, then scare people away so that he will remain in power. That is their style of politics and leadership. We have Egbetokun, police. We have Kekerekun, CGN. We have MC Oluomo, wow, national presidents, NURTW. And we have Mamu Yakubu that will be removed very soon. Yes, there's a shake-up in the NNPC. A Northerner is removed and a Southwesterner is put. That's the normal thing. That's the trend. It is Yorubanization of every industry. There is a Southwesterner waiting somewhere for a Northerner to fuck up. If that Northerner fucks up, they put in NNPC key posts, they put a Southwesterner. And you know the politics these guys can play, especially the Yoruba Ronu. So we are calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. If President Bola Ahmed Tinubu does not release him, that means he is tagging himself and other Yoruba Ronu conservatives enemies of the Igbos. So if you are saying that the whole Yoruba enemies of Igbos, what about the politicians, the governors in Igbo land that are working against the Biafra quest? What about P2B? What about Bianca Ojukwu? What about Umahi? What do you call these people that detest anything, that have actively fought against Biafra agitation, that are do nothing, those that even planned to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu, those that wish him dead, that are from Igbo extraction? What do you call them? That in their hundreds of thousands, if not millions, what do you call them? So let's call the spade a spade. And for the Yoruba Runus that you are attacking Betty Akeredolu, yes, if you call her children tainted blood, there is no governor in Ondo State that have done what Akeredolu did. There's no governor in the Southwest that have the guts Akeredolu had. The achievements of Akeredolu in the Southwest, even Tinubu listens to Akeredolu. Yes, Tinubu himself listens to. There's one person that Tinubu cannot bully around. That is Akeredolu. And if you are saying that because he got married to a Yoruba woman, then he made a mistake, that his children cannot have anything to do in Yoruba land, they are tainted blood. What of Sheyi Tinubu that got married to an Igbo woman? Or, so if Sheyi Tinubu wants to run for governor of Lagos State, you stop him, Abi? That is when you know that Tinubu does not reach you. He is using you, Yoruba Ronu and conservatives, for his political ambition. When you get to this point whereby he wants his son not to become governor, and he decides that his son becomes governor, and you are coming to play the politics you play on Agbaje and Gbadebo Roads Vivo on Sheyi Tinubu because he has tainted blood, in quotes, got married to an Igbo woman, then you stop Tinubu from. You must be joking, and I know people are joking. So it's very important that the move for the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra will never be complete until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is removed. And we have seen that the political class, whether it is Igbo, Hausa, or Yoruba, are against freedom of the people. This is what I've been saying over and over again. They are against the emancipation of the people. If P2B were to be there, it would be difficult to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because there's no political will. You cannot pay allegiance to the government in power and do the bidding against the government. There is a government after government in Nigeria. There's a government after government. The president might be doing what he's doing, but there's a government after government. They might see Nnamdi Kanu as a potential risk. His lawyer said that Nnamdi Kanu would not drop Biafra agitation if he's released. So, is Nigeria ready for Biafra to go? That is another discussion entirely. The politicians are not ready for a change. until the people rise up and cause that change. And more reasons why we are saying that it is better, the change we seek for should be balkanization, not even resource control, because we are divided along tribal and religious lines. Imagine I and one Fulani from Yobe State or wherever, Zamfara State, share the same country, having the same mentality. He wants something different, I want something different, and you bring us together. How do we unite? How do we unite? Yoruba Runu wants something different and I want something different. How do we unite? Even with the regionalism, it's going to be easier. The regionalism might not last for 10 years. Then people will have to go to their default setting and break up. Now that everybody is calling Tinubu an asset to the powers that be, don't you think it will be difficult to get the support of the US, the European countries, UK, when you talk about splitting Nigeria as a country? Don't you think it is going to be very, very hard? Because politicians are willing to sell their country to maintain their power, prestige, and their position. See, politicians, Nigerian politicians are willing to sell their family members. Not talk of their country. They can sell their family members to maintain their position. Most of them are involved in all sorts of ritual activities whereby they can use their family members for ritual. Somebody that can use his family members for ritual to gain power. What does it take him selling Nigeria? Putting Nigeria into debt. Nigerians doesn't care. Let them go to hell. It doesn't concern him. He's much more interested about his ambition. And he deceived the Yoruba Runu and Conservatives over whatever. He remains an enemy of the Biafran cause. He has his right. He's a Nigerian president. He has his right not to release Nnamdi Kanu. But for the records, if he doesn't release Nnamdi Kanu, he and the Yoruba Runu, Conservatives, and those that are pushing bigotry in Nigeria are enemies of the Igbos. The Igbos will always have relationship with their border, with the people in their border, with Hausas, with Yorubas, with Fulanis. They are good Fulanis. They are very, very... You have not seen worse Igbos. You have not seen Igbos that are devilish. They are very stupid. If you think you have seen it all, there are Igbos that are stupid, but there are Fulanis that are extremely good. But you see, most times when it comes to politics, majority carries the vote. If you have a majority of people that are committing an atrocity, others have to follow. The Yoruba Runu are not in the majority, they are just in power. The Yoruba Runu are not in the majority, they are just in power. They say all sort of rubbish, and sometimes when they speak, you want to am I okay? Am I in the right place? When these people open their mouth and vomit the rubbish they are vomiting, you'll be asking yourself, am I okay? See, I'm not a bigot. I will never be a bigot because I'm a Christian. And I want to go to heaven. I hate bigotry, whether it's Igbo, Hausa, or Yoruba. I'm not interested. The way I hate bigots. You see, bigot you think is because of Igbo. It is a demonic thing. It's a demonic spirit. Bigotry is a spirit, demonic. You just don't know. It is demonic. You are being ruled by a demon. If the Igbos go today, you find somebody that you hate. Okay, if you are Ijebu and you have your Ijebu nation, inside that your Ijebu, because you have hatred and bigotry in you, your compound person, you have that animosity with them. I'm telling you. Just like somebody predicted in Islam that if there's nobody to fight, he fights himself. If there's nobody to fight, he starts fighting himself. So that is what bigotry is all about. These guys, they move like goats without having... Well, it's good to preserve your culture. It is good, perfect to preserve your culture. Nobody stops you from preserving your culture. The Indians are there. A Chinese man, wherever he goes in the world, does not stop him from preserving his culture. They have strict laws. China is China. China is China. United China. So, as united China as they are, anywhere they go, they preserve their culture. You are in Nigeria. If you say Nigeria is united, Nigeria is not Yoruba. Neither is Nigeria Igbo or Nigeria Hausa. There is a constitution that guides the movement, the practice of everybody. So you need to align with that constitution, or you change the constitution. You cannot be in your state and say Yoruba only, Yoruba only, Yoruba only. When you do Yoruba only, we know in the southeast there's the same amount of whatever, not employing social people in government and this, so tribe in government and this, which is very, very, very wrong. Which is very wrong. Above all, let's push for balkanization or regionalism. Then you can see nobody would stop you from practicing the Yoruba Ronu, whatever. Nobody stops anybody. You can go on with any kind of Ronuing that you want to Ronu, and it will be fine. But since you are in Nigeria and there's a 1999 constitution that guides you, don't take your Ronu to the streets and let there be a physical attack on people. Then that's when you know that, see, what happened in 1967 is beyond you people that were not there. Some of us that were not there. What happened in 1967, if it repeats itself again, nobody will recover from it. Nobody. With the economy and with the way people are, then at least some people were not even as hating against each other. Like the North is now hating the Southwest. Everybody is only the elite that can be doing that. But when the people rise up against themselves, man, it's no going back. When you have the likes of Samanekpa that wants to take over the Southeast, when you have the likes of some people waiting for chaos to happen, and you, Yoruba Ronu, you just start and trigger something, it becomes a physical attack on any other person, maybe in Yoruba land, man, it's gone.